is going on, guys? It's Dyslexic Guy 96 here, and we are back at it again with another brand new video. As you can see, we are over on Gold Mining Simulator, Gold Rush the game, whatever the heck we want to call this game. But yeah, so season two. So we downloaded all the new maps and DLC and things. So we lost our old parcel claim. We unfortunately lost rights after, not coming up in mining for a year. So I came back up and I ended up winning, talking over to somebody and getting basically the a new claim here. And I believe this is called it's like the Diamond Lake or Diamond Creek or something like that claim. So, we've got all of this to work with. We've got quite a bit of things to work on. There's a cave, a couple of marshlands and stuff. So we've got quite a bit of opportunity here to mine. And then we also can get gems. So it's very cool. So as you can see, I obviously have been running a little bit. We've got $7,000 in the bank. We have 24 ounces of gold and 4 carats of gems. So, at the end of this lovely, time, we'll be able to see our season goal is to actually mine out at least this portion of the marshlands and this portion of Diamond Creek. As for settings and things of that nature, I believe I have gold nuggets will be now disabled. I just wanted to show you guys that they will now be disabled. I can always turn them back on if you guys want me to, but I felt like when I initially started digging, I was getting so many of them, and I just felt like I should probably turn them off. I also tried to hook up my joystick, and it was really wonky in how it was moving, and it felt like I'll just stick with keyboard and mouse for the time being. Maybe in the new game, the Gold Rush, the game 2, there's a little bit better, or Gold Mining Simulator, I think it's now called. God forbid I remember what it's called, but hopefully they have better joystick capabilities, or maybe you have to get a different controller or something and figure that out. But in other news, I apologize if you can hear my mouse clicks and any other movement on my desk. I'm still working out the kinks of this new mic and boom arm. I got to figure out a good place to set the mic up that it doesn't get those vibrations, or I'll have to figure something out. But yeah, so basically I got a full setup up here, and it's a very how do you want to call it? A very simple setup. So I ended up buying the mini excavator and the mini wash plant. Mini excavator has been irritating me to the end of the earth because I can never seem to get a full bucket of pay. And it takes insanely long. I've got 2 buckets there, and I've got a partial bucket there, and it took forever because it just feels like I'm digging and not getting the full amount. And you'll see my wash plant's a little... My gosh, why is it so wonky there? Okay, you'll see it's at an angle. I had the biggest trouble getting it in the right position and moving it with the trailer. So I think when I'm done digging this place out, when we can afford to buy the mini, not the mini excavator, but the small excavator, and move on to the marshlands and build the bridge there, I will definitely do that, because this mini excavator has been very tough to run. Did I turn this on? Yes, I did. All right, now it's turned on. So let's get in our excavator and turn this on. I'm gonna go to the bucket camera because... Oh, actually, I'm gonna... Oh. Oh, lovely. And, you'll see a little couple of piles of dirt because I was horrendous at this, this digging. And you'll see, just overall I don't get full... You see, like it falls out without me even being able to really give it a full go at trying to get the full amount. So you'll have to bear with me while I do that. But yeah, I'm very excited to be back in Gold Mining Simulator. It has been a while. I haven't even played that much off camera. Like I say I play American Truck Simulator. This I played absolutely nothing of. It was very hard to play because I just felt like if I was able to play it, I should be able to make content. And I did get a lot of yours. Oh my gosh. I got a lot of your suggestions in the comments down below. So for next games, I will plan on doing a BMMG. I found out there's, what is it called? RLS career mod or something funky like that. And I think I might run with that for a little bit to, you know, give a little break on the American Truck Simulator, but I might, you know, keep life of a, oh, okay, you see? There we go, full bucket. It's because I'm not doing so hot there. But I'm gonna try to get 5 buckets today for you to clean out, so we've got 2, so we'll get 3 more. And, you know, that'll be our opening episode for you guys, and then we will work on talking through money and clean up, and hopefully we can have a good cleanup for you guys, because it seems like, you know, you get quite a bit of gems, so that's partially why I'm turning off the nuggets. It seems like, you know, with the addition of gems, you don't have that necessity to pull nuggets out, unless you really want to get into the final stages of it super quick. Oh, there we go. Now I seem to be getting it. Full bucket fulls there. But yeah, so we'll see how this all works out, and we'll go from there. But yeah, how do you guys like the gold mining simulator, the game nowadays? 82%. It's been quite a ride for me. Like the fact that, you know, they come out with these updates, but it doesn't seem as fleshed out as it could be. Not necessarily the update, but the game as a whole. We still have the loading screens, and we still have a lot of the... Oh my gosh. No. I'm losing pay. The loading screens, and I did see their post in the Steam page that basically they are not going to be able to fix that with this game, and that the game's engine is made to run on that. So it's a shame to hear, I'm gonna move my mic here. It's a shame to hear that they have to do that, because again, sorry for the mic movement. it's a shame, because it'd be nice if they were able to get some of those loading screens out when you go to do the gold. And I think today I'll probably not do a gold sell. We'll do the gold way, and we'll do the gold sell in either next episode or the episode after, because I would like to clear out everything here in Diamond Creek. Whether or not we do that with this setup, I don't know. I have been dying, so it's not the worst in the world, but you get like, it just doesn't pull. And I tried to get the little I have a little Thrustmaster joystick, and I tried to get that set up with the you know, the movements I thought would work, and it was so wonky, it was insane. Like I could never even get partial buckets because of how bad I was doing, and it was horrendous. But yeah, we're getting there. We're up to 3 buckets. Is anyone watching the new Gold Rush season? I think it's 16. It's been a wild ride. I just finished the latest episode where they had the wildfires and stuff, and it's kind of cool. I really liked the episode this year where it was all about Parker. I thought that was a really neat episode to see all of basically the run-ins of a mine site. You know, when, you know, I work in finance, so hearing, you know, hey, we got to sell some gold to get some cash to make payroll is, you know, cool to hear that, you know, all the business side of things. And maybe that's just me, but I know at least on the subreddit, a lot of people also really like that, because Parker's mine seems like the best, oh my god, the best ran on that side of things. So hopefully we get a couple more of those episodes in the near future. Probably not this season, but maybe next season when they're looking for those like holiday episodes. Maybe they do 3 holiday episodes. Oh my god, I am missing the bucket, or just not getting full buckets. But I think it would be cool to get basically hey, this is how the back of the, or, you know, here's the day in the life, here's the cooks, here's the you know, the office personnel, all of that fun jazz that, like, we don't get to see. And, you know, some of the business side of things, I don't know if that was a full and we're losing pay because I'm a doorknob. Oh my god, we're losing pay, shut her down. So we'll have to see. I wish you could have you know, on this map you could pay to get that. You could either do it yourself for a fraction of the cost or like pay to get that bridge set up, because I would love to get, I think the front loader would be a great buy for this section of the property. That front loader I think would be a lot easier to use on this kind of basically portion, just because you know, I'm digging from side to side with the excavator, and there's not a real good way. I guess I could have gone up and dug down, but it feels like, you know, like this front section where I'm sitting at is all like angled when you first get in here. So it's not like the easiest. Oh my god. Let's clean this up. It's worried about my teeth and I just went straight through a water hose. But yeah, just some changes there. But so some changes with this map. Now that we got the lease from this landowner, because I missed a year, we actually have to pay 40% royalties. The old what is it called? The old Arnold parcel, sorry. We only had to pay 30% for leasing. So we do have to pay quite a bit extra, you know, 10% extra of our gold and now gems that we mine out of here. I have to pay the landlord. So, you know, we really have to get a kick on. I don't know what our season goal will be, but, you know, we do have a $6,000 loan in with the bank that we have to pay back. And you know what? I think when we pay back, we will probably end up taking out more to basically be able to expedite our mine here to get to the small excavator and really get into that next area. But I can't rush it if it's not in the cards. But yeah, so I think once we get over there, we'll tour that side. But as you can see, we're kind of doing you know, on the riverbank. I believe these are old timers. I doubt this would be a dredge because we're on the river, but old timers run tailings, and I'm basically hoping to pull out, you know, a decent wage out of here to at least make it worth it to build a bridge to get over the marshlands. And once we get in the marshlands, it's a little bit better ground. I'll have to do some dig tests. A lot of this on the lease wasn't drilled, so it's a shame, but you know, you work with what you got. They took a chance on me after basically a year off, and that's just how the game goes. You can't take a year off in mining. Landlord's got to make money. And you know what? I think after this, we'll probably look to buy old Arnold parcel and, you know, make it back up. Oh no, bucket's full. I wasn't paying attention. I do this so much. Bucket is full. Yep. You know, I'm looking to make some substantial money this season to maybe buy the old parcel next year and go from there, or maybe even at the end of this year we start getting in there with the mini excavator and mini wash plant, because I know when I was there I didn't mine out that small section over there. That would be right here, I believe. So it'll be good to get back in there and finish what we started, and maybe pull some good money out of there. And I think I've got a plan to, you know, once we get to those bigger sections of the mines, to basically use dozers and, you know, try to make it as realistic as possible. I know this is a video game, but I'm gonna try to make it work. I also am gonna look into, for games, I'm gonna look into figuring out how to do the mining and farming simulator 2025. I wanted to with 2022 and I could never figure it out. I went through all the mod downloading and I never got it. So I don't know if I was doing, I know I was doing something wrong, or if it was like the installation instructions. Ooh, I'm gonna have to clear that lip that I've got there. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I've seen quite a bit of maps that way, and you know, if we ever get to that point, maybe I will look to do a, you know, work with one of you guys on helping me do a multiplayer setup, and we can, you know, double team that and get really good at that side. But we'll have to see. I film at very odd hours of the days, whether at night or during the day, just on how my work and kids' schedule works. So we'll have to see on how that all works. But yeah, I've got some good plans. I did see your comment in the comment section down below about doing, you know, all those different type of games. And like I said, I'm going to do the BMMG RLS career. I think that's going to be a really close, you know, option. And I think we're going to do a couple of options there. I know there's different modes you can play. You can do like hauling. You can do drag racing. Now, the one side I had seen on the internet or on YouTube was that the drag racing didn't, you know, it's not really racing. It's kind of like you drive down the street, there's nobody next to you. So we'll have to see on that one. Maybe that'll be our project that we, oh my gosh, that we build on. Am I hitting hard soil there? That doesn't seem like hard soil, or is it because it's frozen? Probably because it's frozen, but yeah, so we've got some stuff cooking in the plans here. And then, you know, American Truck Simulator isn't going anywhere. That will never go anywhere. I love that game way too much to basically drop it. Like I'm dropping the hell out of this ball, trying to get this damn... Sorry, work with me here, camera. I'm trying to get this pay in, and yes, I know, but if I keep dropping pay game, I'm never going to be able to get out of this hole. So, yeah, and if you guys have any recommendations on how you'd like this series to go, if you want me to, you know, do a certain thing, let me know. But like I said, once I get done with this bucket clean out, we'll probably go to do a true clean out up there and let her go. And yeah, but I think the big thing is getting this marshlands cleared out. And then we will, I know there's a cave, and I believe you can take the mini excavator and wash plant down in there, or the small excavator and the mobile wash plant in there. And maybe that's what we do as our third option if we can. And I have no idea how this looks down here, the Big Dig Company mining field. I don't know if that's a place we can mine. I haven't really explored too much. Maybe we'll do that at the start of the next episode. But yeah, blocked. Oh yeah, duh, because I can't. It's blocked. So I think you can mine down here. I haven't seen any YouTube videos where they've gotten to this point, so you'll have to bear with me there. I think we'll be able to shut down this excavator. And I have the time at time 6, so let me know if that's too slow, too fast, however you want to do it. Oh, I'm gonna need to get a small scoop of dirt. It's all right, that's about all I've been getting. But yeah, I've missed this game. Oh no, I need to turn this off and turn you off, and then we will get this bucket out. We'll turn off our generator. No, we have to leave the water on. Oh, I did 6 buckets for you guys anyway, so lucky you guys. We'll leave the water on and let's drive up there. Oops. So yeah, can't wait to see what we get for clean out here. And hopefully it's a good one. Turn this off. Open up the back here. Now somebody will have to tell me down below, but I don't believe I could stack buckets before. So I think that's a new update, and man, is that a lovely update. I love that I can now dump the buckets because, or like stack the buckets. I would run into so many times, it's like I'm gonna have to bring 60 buckets in a truck, and then it kind of forces you to buy that trailer. And you know, like early on, I don't want that trailer to tow stuff. Yeah. That does bring me to a point. We are very far away from town, so I will try to be limiting that. Oh, I'm going to be trying to limit the amount of times we go to what's it called, town, because I have no interest in wanting to basically go into town 60 times. It takes quite a bit of time. So we're at 24.11 ounces. Let me get that going here on my calculator. 24.11 ounces. I'm not as worried about the gems. You know, the gems will be what the gems are. We'll get that going here. There we go. It's not a big deal to me if I, you know, miscount. We're at 4.38, call it. So we'll have to keep track of that. All right, we'll get a few buckets out of this. So we did 6 buckets, right? Yeah, so hopefully this will be a good clean out. We've gotten 3 buckets of clean dirt, so I don't know how many buckets we're gonna end up getting, but oops. Hopefully it's a good one, because I need some money. We've got a lot of things planned here in the day, and we're gonna need something, so I'm gonna try to make this series a little bit faster too. I don't like doing, you know, insanely long videos for you guys. I know it's when you look at the YouTube analytics, it's very hard to make long form content nowadays, especially with TikTok and stuff. And I do believe I'm gonna try to make a TikTok, and I won't do much on it. You know, occasional videos that go to shorts, or maybe I'll stick with YouTube shorts before I switch over to TikTok or something. But I am thinking about doing some short form content, you know, just taking clips from the videos and seeing how we can do with that, because I don't know if I have it in me to get onto TikTok, but I know it can really boost your viewership, at least over on there. And oh, perfect. So we can stop this, and now comes the fun part. So we're at 24.11 ounces. Let's see how many we can get to, because I need some money, and we're gonna need quite a few ounces per day, plus some gems. It's gonna be a fun time to get those gems sold, and at least I can sell the gems straight from here. So if we need quick cash, I can sell the quick cash. You know, to get some quick cash, I can sell the gems. So, all right, let's see how far we get here. This is the longest time for us. Gotta pay the landlord 40% of everything we get. So season total, we're at 24 ounces of gold, and I can imagine that, you know, 40% of that is going to be close to 12 ounces. So that's what that'd be. In this game, it's like $12,000. So it's not the cheapest amount of money to pay somebody. But you know, like I said earlier, you take a year off. You don't, beggars can't be choosers here. So one thing I wish they would add to the game is helpers that you could set, like kind of like Farming Simulator. You know, I want to set the dump truck to when it gets full, it goes on a curated path that you set up. And I understand the game came out in 2017. It's got its limitations, but hopefully for the next one, you can kind of set that up where, you know, the helpers are able to basically, you know, you set a path. I don't necessarily need it to do the excavator work, but imagine if you could have 2 or 3 dump trucks loading up the wash plant. So you're just sitting there digging dirt and dumping it. rather than, you have to dig the dirt, dump it into the dump truck, take the dump truck over to the wash plant, and, dump the dump truck, drive back. Once you get farther into some of those claims, it gets insanely hard to do stuff like that, because it's just tough to want to, drive that long twice. And so it's almost like you have to buy a second or a third rock truck so that you can load up 3 rock trucks, take those over and load the plant up. So, there's opportunities here. All right, we got 11.15 ounces of gold. That's a great haul. That's about, $12,000, but you're paying, call it 5-6 ounces to the man. So, and I can't remember how many carats of gems, but 6.57 carats of gems. So, not a bad time. 10 ounces of gold. We're up to a season total of 35 ounces. I'm hoping to get at least to, leaving all of this dirt, I'm hoping 400 ounces out of this. So, no, that's a bit of a stretch. Maybe 150, 200 ounces out of this. We'll have to see. I'm only getting 10 from that front stretch, so we'll have to see. It'll be a little bit till we can afford, truly afford that small excavator. But with that, guys, thank you as always for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Look out for the next episode next week, and we'll catch you on the flip side.